Currently on the hunt for what we can find in a bit of sort of a creek and estuary area, and that oyster is absolutely massive. This is a queen scallop. Oh my god, ladies and gentlemen, look at the size of that oyster. Holy moly. Wow. Now that is what you call an oyster. Oh, ladies and gents, I've literally just walked down. Still got a couple hours left before we get to low tide. Currently on the hunt for what we can find in a bit of sort of a creek and estuary area, and that oyster is absolutely massive. Wow. Just grab my hook and stand up a minute. We have another one over here as well. Jeez, look at the size of these beasts. Now these are our native oysters. That is solid as anything. There's another one in there as well. Now, it's not the right time of year for these at the moment due to all the algae and plankton that's blooming and stuff around. I'm actually on the hunt for some scallops and stuff today, but yeah, these are absolutely and utterly massive, and they are solid as well. Happy days. Yeah, that's definitely the sort of size you want to be looking at. Not like the tiny ones we've been finding recently, but yeah, this must be pretty damn old for an oyster to grow that sort of size. Probably talking about nearly as old as what I am. But yeah, what a beast. What an absolute beauty of a find to start the day off. Oh, ladies and gents, down there we have another massive oyster. Pretty sure that one there is a rock oyster, a Pacific one, which is an invasive species here in the UK. Don't completely quote me though, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure should I say, that is what that one is. But yeah, I've been here, what, 10 minutes already, and I have found a whopping amount of oysters. Such a shame that it's the wrong time of year for them, but there is plenty of creek left to go and explore. Well there, ladies and gents, I'm pretty blown away at the moment. This creek is a pretty good one. Got a lovely amount of sea sponge here, limpets all over the rock. Up here, I don't know whether it's going to be dead or alive. I think it might be dead. But that is what we are after today. Scallops of that nature, and that there is a slipper limpet. But yeah, it's another small oyster there. That is what we have come for today. So hopefully we can find some proper decent sized live ones. Down there, ladies and gents, don't know if you can see it or not, we had unfortunately a poor stranded little jellyfish. We'll get him back in the water, but I think he's probably been out for a bit too long. No, unfortunately. It's the way it goes at the moment with some of them. They get washed up ashore and then that's it. Here we have a rather big shore crab. Underneath you can see this little one here. Oh, let go, mister. That little one there is a female. She probably would have recently peeled, and this big guy would be mating with her. Yeah, nice to see. They can be pretty aggressive, especially this time of year. Spring is in the air and it is mating season after all, I guess. I'll let you go there. Now, ladies and gents, you can see these here. All these little bits that are sort of all around the place over here. This is lugworm casts. Actually dug down underneath, you'll be able to find a lugworm. Pretty good for a bait for those fishermen amongst you. All I'm doing at the moment is just making my way down there very carefully. It's pretty muddy, very slippery. But yeah, there's a lot to explore and go around. So I'll get back to you in a mo, and hopefully we can find some of those bigger scallops that we're after today. Here we have a nice sized clam. Again, not the right time of year for these. I don't take anything like this, anything between sort of May and August time, and that is due to a lot of the algae bloom and stuff like that we get around here in the UK at this time of year. Also, between sort of the May and August months, a lot of the shellfish and things like that, it's their breeding season. So yeah, keeps the population up, but definitely worth, when you're doing something like this, just taking your time. I've barely gone about 20 meters, and yeah, just slowly going along, seeing what I can find, having a bit of a poke about in the mud. And it is very muddy today, as you can see. But yeah, it's all good fun. It's all part of the parcel of foraging. We'll get this nice clam back and we'll carry on. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I've just retreated back up a little bit, because if I pan around, that mud there is nigh on impossible for me to cross. Unfortunately, we're going to be heading over there, so I've come up to the top to make some a bit better progress. But yeah, that is those mud flats there are next to impossible for me to actually try and get across in any reasonable manner. Some of it is literally getting me stuck in the mud. It's that deep and squelchy. But yeah, as we come back up here, you can definitely see even more oysters, and there's some more there and more there. They are absolutely and utterly everywhere here, as well as loads of sea sponge as well. I've not actually seen so many big clumps of it. Normally you only get little tiny bits around like this, but to actually see so much sea sponge is quite a rarity as well. There's been quite a few of the bigger shore crabs from earlier on in the video. You may have seen the shore crab there that was holding the female. That female was recently probably peeled, in which case the male will mate with it. There's quite a lot of holes and crevices and stuff like that high up on the embankment here, where they're all sort of hiding out. I'm just heading back down the way I came. The terrain behind me is a bit too difficult to traverse with the current gear, etc. that I've got. But yeah, I'll just get through this bit. And just down there is actually a wreck of a ship. I'll annotate it because I can't remember the name of it, of what it was called. But I do remember that back in her day, she had one of the most advanced sort of keel or hull designs. But yeah, the name escapes me now, but I'll annotate that one for you. And when I get over to the other side, I'll give you a shot back and see if it turns out alright. Alright there, ladies and gents, as I was climbing back through, I found this. It's empty, unfortunately, nothing in it. But yeah, this is what's commonly called a mermaid's purse. It's actually the egg sac of either probably a bullhuss, not quite sure. See if I can find out, but yeah, nothing in it. It's completely empty, as it's been the creature inside is hatched out of it. But yeah, cool thing to see nonetheless. And down there, it's just a shot of the wreckage there. Again, I'll annotate that one and let you guys know the name of it. I'm not sure what sort of creature this is. It looks to me like some form of sea slug. Yeah, as its eyes, you know, turfed upside down. Yeah, I'm not sure what type that is, but that's an awesome little find. I'll carefully get this guy back out. There you go, back out into the water you go. Some other cool little things around. Plenty of oysters about. I've seen absolutely bucket loads of them. And some nice big scallop shells. Just no big scallops to keep as of yet, but we will continue. And there we have a snake slough anemone. There's all sorts of wildlife around at the moment. And that there, covered in sea sponge. Another massive patch of it. We have down here. Up down a sec. scallops for days at the moment, which is nice to see, but wrong time of year for what we want. I'm just going to go and have a look around under some rocks. I don't know if I can move this one. Let's see what we got. Plenty of goodies. So we've got some furrow crabs. You can see down there some form of worm or the likes. Even this thing here, which is caught around this furrow crab, some form of worm. I'm not sure on the types of those, I'll have to look it up. Always nice to, apologies for the wind and stuff there. Always nice to find new things, some more cushion stars, some more sea squirts. Wow, that was an interesting little rock. Get this put back safely and we'll continue on our search. Nice and gently. There we go. Apologies for the wind again, it seems to have picked up. Have we got anything hidden in here? Not at the moment. Now this is actually an empty, if I were to get it open with one hand, oyster shell. That is a chunk of an oyster. You can see some of the ones that I found earlier, how deep they would have gone, and shame it's the wrong time of year because I bet they would be absolutely delicious. We have velvet swimmer crab shell, oysters. See if there's anything under here. I can't even lift it now, this thing's bloody heavy. Bit of metal. Nope, too heavy to lift. Right, I'll carry on for my search and I'll get back to you guys shortly. Hopefully I can find something, as we're pretty much at the low tide mark now. Alright there, ladies and gents, literally just moved this rock up. It was too heavy to try and do it with one hand, and underneath it we found lovely size brown edible crab. Not big enough to keep, unfortunately. Yeah, nice strong male. Damn, let's see if I can get hold of you properly. You are not playing ball. It's okay, Mr. Male, you are not big enough to keep, so don't worry. But yeah, you can tell it's male by that apron in the middle. And nice sized claws, just a bit too small. You'd have to be probably about another couple inches, a couple more years, and you'd probably be big enough. I've just seen underneath this rock as I was getting him out, something squirt under there as well, so I'll put his rock back, get you back in there, and I will see what's underneath that one. Back in a mo. Right, I have lifted this rock over. We've got plenty of little crabs. We've got a broadcore porcelain crab, xantho crab, but what gave it away was this here. This is a queen scallop. Too small to keep on that one, and you need quite a lot of them to make any meal, but as you can see, when it was opening and closing, it was actually squirting the water, and that's how I knew something was under there. So yeah, nice to find and nice to see something. I'll get the rock put back over shortly, see if there's any other goodies under there. We've got some of these sea squirts as well. But yeah, hopefully we can find the king scallops. That's what we're here for today. Still got about another hour and a half before the tide comes back in. I think, actually, here, what are you? This is another queen scallop, which has come off the rock unfortunately. I'll get that one put back under when I flip it over in a sec. But yeah, it's nice to know that they are about. Oh, ladies and gents, we've got all sorts of firsts on the channel at the moment. Here we have an edible whelk. It's only the shell, unfortunately nobody's home. What a beast of a shell. I might actually take this one home for the missus. She's collecting some shells at the moment to do a bit of a collage with. And then underneath that rock there, popped out this guy. This is a beauty of a shore crab. They don't really grow much bigger than this. As you can see, a little bit like lobsters, they have one claw for crushing and one claw for cutting. And this one here, we can get him to pinch it, is male. Earlier on there was a male one mating with a female one. But yeah, they have awesome green coloration, sort of to camouflage themselves in with the seaweed. But yeah, we'll get him back home and get him away. This here is a sea squirt. Ladies and gentlemen, if you give it a little rub like this and a little bit of a push, it will squirt everywhere, just like so. Well, ladies and gents, we have an alive jellyfish this time round, not a dead stranded one. Found a couple of them swimming around. Try and get to him. He's just down there. Oh. There we go. Yeah, it's amazing what you can find this far up an estuary. Just literally, before I go, having a quick look around the low tide line as the tide's about to turn in a mo, and my GoPro is pretty much run out of battery. So sort of last little bit of filming in. So yeah, we can get any scallops before we go. Unfortunately I haven't found any live ones today other than a couple of small queen ones. Plenty of big scallop shells and stuff around. Just unfortunately no scallops, which was a shame. But yeah, it's been a lovely day exploring. Definitely going to have to come back and give it another try another day. Alright then, I've just lifted up this huge metal structure to see what was underneath it. Sorry I'm not going to be able to get a bit closer because there's something down here I want to try and get out. Brown edible crab there, plenty of other little crabs and stuff that were scurrying around. But if I can get it out down there, we have an eel. It might be a small conger, I'm unsure. But yeah, it's always really interesting what you can actually find. Be gentle with them, get them out and try and give you a better look if I can. Another furrowed crab down there. Come on, yeah. All I want to do is show you off to the ladies and gentlemen on the channel. Just got to be very careful with it. And it does not want to play ball. I'm not going to be able to get my hand down there to get it. Not without dropping this, unfortunately. Yeah. I'll give it a go. I'll see if I can get it out and give you all a bit of a show so you can see what it is. Alright then, ladies and gents, did manage to get it out eventually. It looks like we have a small conger. Only very teeny tiny. What will do? Oh, sorry, there we go, give you a better shot. Yeah, these things are so slimy. Nigh on impossible to grab hold of, as they are just covered in mud and mucus. And over here, what's scurried out as well. Another big shore crab. But we also have some more goodies in there, which I'll get to in a second because I want to get him out and give him a measure, because we might have a keepable size brown edible crab. We have quite a large one. Yeah, I'll try and grab a quick picture. Oh, there we go. I'll try and grab a quick picture of this guy. And yeah, and send him on his way, put him back in the water. He's probably going to bury himself half in the mud now and make it nigh impossible for me. These things normally go skits when they're on land. He's been quite placid at the moment. But yeah. Get him back in, I think he's getting a bit tired. Yeah. Not a bad little find for this little estuary. Right, the tide is on its way in, so I'm going to have to be quick with this. But under here, if I can quickly get it out, we have a large brown edible crab. Oh, it's going to be close. Going to be very close. Come on out, you. Don't think this one's going to be in size, unfortunately. Where have you gone? Just want to be careful. Don't want to harm him, obviously. There we go. What a beast. No, unfortunately that one's too small. I'll give you a quick show of how to measure them as well, as I have my tape measure to hand. Now to measure them, it's just across the top, and they need to be 160 mil. And you can see this one's only about 112 or 12 centimetres, so he's still a few sheds off. That was a shame, because his claws looked nice and big. But again, it's why you can't pull the claws. Ooh, if I turn this around to the side, it's why you can't pull the claws off of a crab, because you can't tell the size of the crab that it's come from. Yeah, nice to see there's a couple decent sized brown eds. Shame there's no keepers, but we'll be back for you another day. Ooh. Again, this one here is male. But yeah, it's tide is now turned and it's starting to rain, so I'll get this one back in underneath, get that flipped over, and then head back to the car, and that is my time done. But yeah, it's been some awesome little finds today, and away you go, buddy, down to the depths of the mud. Well, ladies and gents, that is me done for another day. I hope you have enjoyed me on this adventure exploring this creek and estuary. Found some absolutely fantastic critters and creatures today. Yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. I am covered in mud, weather has turned, started to rain, but yeah, it's been a lovely day again. So thank you for tuning in and watching. If you do like this video, please hit that like button and subscribe down below. And as I say, from my adventure to yours, stay safe and have a good day.